On a bitter October night, when the wind howled restlessly through the skeletal trees, a group of friends gathered in an ancient, crumbling house perched at the edge of Black Hollow. The house had been abandoned for decades, its windows glazed with dust and its halls echoing with rumors of a haunting. They came seeking thrills, laughter, and perhaps a glimpse of the supernatural, but none suspected just how deeply the shadows would penetrate their souls. As midnight approached, the friends lit candles to pierce the gloom, their flickering flames casting monstrous shapes upon peeling wallpaper and rotting floorboards. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and every creak seemed to whisper secrets from another time. Emily, the bravest of the group, suggested exploring the second floor, a place locals avoided, claiming it was cursed. Up the staircase they went, each step groaning beneath their weight. At the top, a long corridor stretched before them, lined with doors that had not opened in years. The temperature dropped, their breath visible in the air. At the end of the hall stood a door marked with strange symbols, drawn by a trembling hand. With a mixture of fear and excitement, they entered. Inside, the room was shrouded in darkness, the only light coming from their candles. Against the far wall, a dusty mirror reflected their pale faces. In the center of the room was a child's rocking chair, moving ever so slightly, though no breeze stirred. The friends gathered, joking nervously, until Emily reached out to touch the mirror. The glass was icy cold, and as her fingers met its surface, the candle flames guttered, plunging the room into near darkness. In the silence, a faint, raspy voice drifted through the air, a child's cry echoing from nowhere and everywhere at once. Shadows stretched across the walls, twisting into grotesque forms. The rocking chair began to move faster, its creak growing louder, as if an invisible occupant was desperate to escape. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind them. Panic seized their hearts. They turned to leave, but the handle would not budge. The mirror began to fog, and within its depths, they saw shapes that were not their own. A small figure, pale and translucent, emerged from the glass, eyes hollow and mouth twisted in silent agony. The friends stood frozen, horrified as the apparition drifted close, its chill breath brushing their faces. The child's ghost whispered its story, how it had once lived here, long ago, until a night of terror sealed its fate. It had been locked in this very room by a cruel caretaker, left to perish as the house crumbled around it. Its spirit was trapped, unable to find peace, DC, longing for company in the endless darkness. The friends felt the weight of its despair, pressing on their chests, suffocating them with grief and fear. The candles flared, casting blinding light, and the ghost shrieked, a sound that rattled the very bones of the house. The mirror cracked, splintering into jagged shards that seemed to bleed shadows. The rocking chair toppled, and the room shook violently. The friends screamed, clawing at the door as unseen hands grasped at their ankles, pulling them toward the mirror. With a final desperate push, Emily forced the door open. They tumbled into the hallway, gasping for breath, as the cries of the child echoed behind them. They fled down the stairs, stumbling into the cold night, never daring to look back. But the haunting did not end there. That night, as they tried to sleep, each of them,